Right now at noon, multiple agencies respond to a horse trailer crash in Joplin.
And we've got a warm and windy day out there, even some red flag warnings. We'll have a look at your forecast coming up.
And runners hit the pavement in Carthage for a good cause.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Cherokee County authorities are investigating a weekend stabbing incident. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Samantha Walker. Cherokee County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a report of a physical disturbance on Sunday. Deputies discovered gunshots had been fired, but no one had been struck by a bullet. Deputies were informed 2 people had left the scene, and one of them had possibly been stabbed. When deputies located the injured subject, they found he had been stabbed. Authorities took the 23-year-old subject to Mercy Hospital in Columbus, and then a med flight took him to a hospital in Joplin. The investigation is ongoing. The second of 2 individuals charged with second-degree murder has been arrested. Madison Stonecipher was located during a traffic stop in Ottawa County, Oklahoma, Saturday evening. Stonecipher and Gatlin Pennington are charged with second-degree murder in the death of Jesse Dunn. Neosho police determined Dunn was given fentanyl, exchanged for a cricket machine, and both subjects knew the drugs might contain xylazine. Pennington has been in custody at the Jasper County Jail on prior drug charges. Multiple agencies respond to an accident involving a horse-drawn trailer on Highway 249 in Joplin. Just before 3 p.m. Friday, a horse trailer overturned on northbound Highway 249 under the 32nd Street overpass. The trailer carrying multiple horses was being pulled by a pickup truck. While the truck did not overturn, it sustained significant damage in the crash. Emergency responders, including Joplin Fire, Joplin Police, METS, Joplin Animal Control, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, arrived on the scene. Fortunately, all of the horses were safely removed and placed in a new trailer for transport. No human injuries were reported. Officials have not yet released details on what caused the crash. Over the weekend, many prescribed burns, also known as controlled burns, were performed as scheduled. However, Sunday afternoon, wind picked up and some got out of control. The majority of burn piles and brush fires went off without a hitch, like this one near a villa on Highway 37. We counted more than 10 calls for the area departments to separate fires between 1 and 4 o'clock when burn barrels or grass fires had spread out of control. Webb City, Carl Junction, Oronogo, Carthage, Reddings Mill, Galena, Lamar, and others responded to calls in their districts. And so did Golden City Fire. This grass fire began as a 3 to 4 acre near Maple Grove in northeast Jasper County. Golden City Fire took care of it quickly. No structures in any of the fires burned. Some were damaged. Today, all area fire departments are issuing no burning warnings, as high winds and low humidity will make the spread of grass fires dangerous. 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans were mysteriously found dead outside a home in below freezing weather last January. Now 2 men have been charged in the case. Whitney Wild has the details.
I need them to find out what in the world these boys were doing out in the backyard.
For more than a year, their deaths have been shrouded in mystery.
I never thought it would get as much attention as it has. I mean, I'm hoping that with the attention that it is getting, that it will get us closer to getting answers.
On January 9th, 2024, the bodies of Ricky Johnson, David Harrington, and Clayton McGeeney were discovered in the snow outside the home of Jordan Willis, 2 days after the group got together to watch a Kansas City Chiefs football game.
Detectives then obtained consent to search the home. They found 2 plastic bags containing white powdery substances.
Now, nearly 14 months later, prosecutors are charging Jordan Willis and another man, Ivory J. Carson, in connection with their deaths.
Mr. Willis and Mr. Carson are both charged with a single count of delivery of a controlled substance and 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter for recklessly causing the deaths of Mr. McGeeney, Mr. Harrington, and Mr. Johnson.
According to a probable cause affidavit, officials say the 3 men died of a combined fentanyl and cocaine toxicity. According to prosecutors, a witness told police he was at David Harrington's home with McGeeney, Johnson, and Willis the night of the football game, where he saw, quote, a large plate of cocaine allegedly supplied by Mr. Willis that everyone was using. The witness said the 3 friends were headed to Willis's house after the game, according to prosecutors. Another witness said he was with Willis, Harrington, McGeaney, and Johnson at Willis's home later on in the evening, where they drank alcohol, smoked marijuana, and used cocaine, according to prosecutors. Authorities also say they have text messages.
The messages allegedly indicate that Mr. Carson supplied Mr. Harrington with cocaine. This case is a tragic reminder of the dangers of street drugs. But make no mistake, the people who supply those drugs can and will be held accountable when people overdose.
In a statement, Jordan Willis's attorney says Willis maintains he isn't responsible for purchasing or supplying the drugs that led to the death of his 3 friends. As for Ivory Carson, no attorney is listed yet in online court records. Let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've had a pretty decent day so far. It is breezy out there. Look from earlier this morning, downtown Pittsburgh, clear skies. And of course, we will continue to see clear skies today, tonight, and into tomorrow. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line looking back to the west from this morning. Also looking pretty good out there. We do have red flag warnings through at least 8 o'clock this evening for these counties highlighted in pink. So absolutely no burning. But really, with the dry and breezy conditions across the area, not recommending any burning anywhere out there. Now, yesterday started about 9 degrees below normal at 26, but made it up just a hair above average, going into the low 60s. So not a bad day yesterday afternoon at all. But take a look. Keep in mind, here's our average high. It's this little white line here. We've gone from below normal to close to well above normal as we head through the rest of this week. And as we go through the rest of this evening, clear skies, southwest winds gusting to 25. They'll shift out of the south overnight. That'll keep our temperatures somewhat mild, eventually falling back to a low of about 50. We do have some thunderstorm chances later this week. We'll talk about those and how long this warm weather lasts here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. President Trump continues to defend his aggressive tariff policies against American trading partners like Mexico and Canada. The majority party in Canada has chosen a new leader to take over for outgoing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
We're going to have jobs, we're going to have open factories, it's going to be great.
President Trump downplaying concerns about the possibility of a recession, but also not ruling it out.
There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big.
The new comments come after a week of whiplash on Wall Street, triggered by threats to implement new retaliatory reciprocal tariffs against Mexico and Canada on April 2nd, including those on auto imports. And the possibility of a government shutdown Friday has also added to the economic uncertainty.
The way he's handling tariffs is the way he's handling everything else right now.
The president is backing a Republican bill to extend funding through the end of the year. That includes an increase in defense spending. But it's unclear whether House Speaker Mike Johnson has enough votes to pass it.
I think we're really going to be learning over the next 24 hours what's in it and what's not in it.
And the Republican-led House is expected to vote on that government funding bill as early as Tuesday. Derek Waller, CBS News.
Coming up, more than 1,000 archers gather at Missouri Southern to compete. And later, we're making corned beef and cabbage in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Runners hit the pavement in Carthage for a good cause. The Clover Run 12K and 5K kicked off Saturday morning at the Route 66 Drive-In Theater, with proceeds benefiting Crosslines Ministries and the 4-H. The 12K loop took runners through scenic country roads, over the I-49 bridge, and onto the Ruby Track Trail, making it the only USATF certified 12K course in Missouri.
You know, going to the gym and things like that, coming out of COVID, tried to get back in shape, and then it just became something I enjoyed, and so just kind of stuck with it. I guess first the challenge was just to see if I could run a 5K or anything beyond, and then once you do that, you kind of, I guess, get motivated to keep going, and then it just becomes a part of you, I guess. Couldn't imagine not running now. The 5K followed a shorter route on the Ruby Track Trail.
The Missouri Southern Shootout returned for its 8th year, bringing more than 1,000 archers to Joplin. The annual competition, hosted in partnership with Joplin High School at the Leggett and Platt Athletic Center on the Missouri Southern campus. Students from 4th through 12th grade competed for top honors, with the highest scoring male and female archers each winning a $1,000 scholarship to Missouri Southern. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We're getting ready for St. Patty's Day with a classic combo that will make your mouth water. So come along.
We've got a look at your forecast. We got those rain chances coming up on Friday. We'll go over those details with you as soon as the KOAM News at noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So hopefully you're having an opportunity to enjoy this weather outside, or if your work involves being outdoors, maybe getting a little bit more done because it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous today. Live look downtown Pittsburgh from earlier this morning, of those clear skies. And of course, that has not changed as we've headed into the afternoon hours here. We'll continue with those clear skies. A reminder, we do have these red flag warnings in place for the counties in pink through at least 8 this evening. So absolutely no outdoor burning in these areas, but really it's not recommended anywhere across the 4 states as we're going to be breezy and dry as we head through today, tonight, and into our Tuesday as well. On to the future track for today. Not much to show out there over the next couple of days. We're going to be dry. We're going to be clear. It's going to be windy. That's again why we have those red flag warnings. Now a little further west, you'll be a little warmer, but as we head into the evening hours, again, the winds will shift at least briefly out of the south. And we'll have mild temperatures tonight. Most of us about 50. And of course, since we'll be a little warmer tonight, that will lead to slightly warmer temperatures for us on our Tuesday. So we go mid-upper 60s by noon, and take a look at some of these temperatures in our southwestern counties. Could even reach the low 80s for highs tomorrow. So some of us may be getting somewhat close to some record highs, and the nice conditions will continue. We go into Tuesday night into Wednesday. We'll have a few clouds here or there. We're looking at partly cloudy skies on Wednesday. Otherwise, not bad out there. Temperatures still mild, still could be a bit breezy, so we certainly want to keep an eye on that in terms of outdoor burning. Low to mid 70s today. Southwest winds gusting to 25. We'll hold on to those clear skies. Same into the evening, as I mentioned, about 50 south winds gusting to around 25. And as we head into tomorrow, mid 70s, maybe some upper 70s, maybe even some low 80s out there. Southwest winds return, and they are going to be gusting upwards of 30. Now, probably seeing on Facebook or social media a lot of these weather people that aren't necessarily weather professionals posting about doom and gloom for this upcoming Friday in our area, because I've seen some folks sharing this information. Not all of it's coming from reputable sources. But what you do need to know is we are watching thunderstorm chances as we head into Friday afternoon. Now, this is one computer model's thinking, so I blended two. That's why there's no clouds with this rain, because this is a computer model that says we will get some storms early. The other one that's showing the clouds is showing no rain, no clouds, saying that the severe threat will stay further to our east. But we could see some showers and storms develop by early Friday afternoon in the eastern half of our area. If this scenario pans out, this is where our better window for some strong to severe storms will be. It'll be brief, but we'll have that opportunity. Then as we go later into the evening hours on our Friday, we'll get a few additional scattered showers and storms, which may be strong at times, but overall the severe threat will be much lower. And honestly, we're still several days out, but at this point, the expectation for the severe threat heading into Friday is going to be to our east. So again, Thursday, nothing to show. We're not expecting any thunderstorm chances. And by the time we get to what they call day 5 or Friday, you see we've got this lower end severe threat that does match up with at least one computer's thinking for those thunderstorms. And then we have a higher risk much further to our east. And this was updated early this morning. Won't be updated again until tomorrow. But the only change was they added this higher risk to our east. This line has not moved. It did not move further east. It did not move further west either. But it is something we do want to keep a close eye on over the next few days to see about those thunderstorm chances. So warm and windy up until that point. And then that system, whether we get severe weather or not, will bring us cooler weather into the weekend. And by cooler, I mean seasonably cooler weather by this weekend. I will turn around next week, be warm and windy once again, back into the 70s. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. Stick around. We're making corned beef and cabbage in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. With St. Patrick's Day just around the corner, Howard's showing us how to prepare a holiday favorite. We're making a classic corned beef and cabbage in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It's almost St. Patrick's Day, and that means we'll be celebrating in a big way. It also means we'll need a big meal to welcome it in style. So today, we're cooking up a classic hearty favorite that's Irish-inspired, yet actually has American roots. All we do is place a raw corned beef in a large soup pot, or we can use a Dutch oven, and cover it with some water. Just make sure you add the little package of pickling spice that comes with it, because it gives it a load of flavor. Okay, we let that simmer for a couple of hours. Meanwhile, we peel and cut a few potatoes into good-sized chunks. And to save time, which we always want to do, we add a package of baby carrots. This way we don't have to peel and cut them. And what's corned beef without cabbage? So we cut ahead into wedges and add it along with our veggies right on top of our almost tender meat. You see, adding our veggies now ensures that everything cooks up tender at the same time. We'll cover it and let it simmer till our veggies are cooked through and they absorb all that meaty flavor from the corned beef. And let me tell you, this smells amazing. And when we slice this tender as can be corned beef across the grain and serve it up with all those steaming hot veggies, just watch all your leprechauns come running right to the table. The recipe for our classic corned beef and cabbage is online now, just in time for St. Patty's Day, or really any day. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found the look of the Irish way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4 state market prices.
All right, warm and windy today. Again, some red flag warnings out there through this evening, so no outdoor burning. Mild tonight, 50, mid-70s, upper 70s tomorrow. Then we'll hold on to that through at least Friday. Shower and thunderstorm chances Friday afternoon will bring us back to normal temperatures by this weekend. And we warm back up again above normal as we head into the next work week with the return of the 70s.
Well, thanks so much, Chris. We have some exciting things coming up at 5, it looks like.
Absolutely. I'll tell you about a few of them. For starters, the Department of Agriculture says eggs are about double the price from January of 2024. An ongoing bird flu outbreak is blamed as the main culprit. We're going to have more on how poultry farmers say the USDA is working with them. Plus, a Neodesha High School student receives recognition from the Secretary of State for his efforts to promote civic engagement. And Joplin High School honors former students of its broadcasting program with a Wall of Fame dedication. We know some people are going to be going on that Wall of Fame.
Just a few of them.
That story, a lot more, of course, it's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day. But first, we do have some special visitors in the studio today.